The Los Angeles Dodgers have just delivered news that has stunned the entire baseball world and sent shockwaves through every corner of the sport. Manager Dave Roberts has officially stepped forward to release the results of Shohei Ohtani's X-rays immediately following his treatment, and what those results have revealed has left fans, reporters, and analysts completely speechless. The Japanese superstar, who has redefined what is possible in the game of baseball, will be sidelined from pitching for a full month. And if that news was not alarming enough on its own, the warning issued directly by renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. Neal ElAttrache has made the gravity of this situation absolutely impossible to ignore. Dr. ElAttrache, the most respected name in sports medicine and the physician who has been most closely involved in monitoring Ohtani's physical condition, has issued a direct and urgent warning to the Dodgers organization. His message was clear, unambiguous, and deeply serious. Do not force him to play. Those 5 words from one of the most trusted medical voices in all of professional sports have sent a chill through the Dodgers organization and through the millions of fans around the world who watch Ohtani with a sense of awe and deep personal investment. What exactly do the X-ray results reveal? What new findings have emerged regarding Ohtani's left knee? And what is the latest decision from the Dodgers organization regarding their most valuable and irreplaceable player? The answers to these questions have just begun to emerge, and what they reveal is something that no one in the baseball world was fully prepared to hear. When manager Dave Roberts called the press conference earlier today, reporters who gathered in the room immediately sensed that something significant was about to be revealed. Roberts carried himself with the quiet seriousness of a man who had received information that weighed heavily on him and that he understood would weigh just as heavily on everyone else in that room. He did not waste time with pleasantries or unnecessary preamble. He got directly to the point in a way that made it immediately clear that what he was about to share was of the utmost importance. Roberts confirmed that following Ohtani's most recent treatment session, the medical team had conducted a comprehensive X-ray examination designed to give them the clearest and most complete picture possible of the current state of Ohtani's left knee. The results of that examination had been analyzed thoroughly by the Dodgers medical staff and by Dr. Neal ElAttrache, whose involvement in Ohtani's care has been central throughout this entire situation. And what those X-ray results revealed had led directly to the decision that Roberts was now announcing to the world. Shohei Ohtani will not pitch for a minimum of 1 month. The room fell completely silent the moment those words left Roberts' mouth. Reporters who had been furiously taking notes paused. Cameras that had been clicking steadily went quiet. For a brief but deeply significant moment, everyone in that press conference room simply absorbed the magnitude of what they had just heard. Shohei Ohtani, the most dominant two-way player in the history of the sport, would be absent from the pitcher's mound for a full month, and the reasons behind that decision were about to become even more alarming. Roberts explained that the X-ray results had revealed findings regarding Ohtani's left knee that the medical team considered both significant and deeply concerning. He was careful with his language, choosing his words with the precision of someone who understood that every single word he spoke would be analyzed, reported, and discussed by millions of people around the world within minutes of leaving his mouth. But even with that careful approach, the message he delivered was unmistakably serious. According to Roberts, the X-ray examination had uncovered new information about the condition of Ohtani's left knee that went beyond what had previously been known or reported. He said that while the medical team had been monitoring the knee closely for some time, the latest imaging had brought certain findings into sharper focus in a way that demanded an immediate and decisive response from the organization. The decision to sideline Ohtani from pitching for 1 month was not taken lightly. It was, Roberts emphasized, a decision driven entirely by the medical evidence and by the unanimous recommendation of the medical professionals who had reviewed that evidence. He also made clear that the 1-month timeline was a minimum estimate and not a guarantee. The actual duration of Ohtani's absence from pitching would depend entirely on how his knee responded to treatment during that period and what subsequent evaluations revealed about the progress of his recovery. In other words, the situation remained fluid, and the organization was not in a position to make any promises about when exactly Ohtani would be cleared to return to the mound. It was the statement from Dr. Neal ElAttrache, however, that truly captured the attention of everyone following this story and elevated the level of concern surrounding Ohtani's condition to an entirely new level. Dr. ElAttrache, whose reputation in the field of orthopedic surgery and sports medicine is unmatched, did not speak in the cautious and measured language that medical professionals sometimes use when they want to avoid causing unnecessary alarm. Instead, he delivered his warning with a directness and urgency that made his message impossible to misinterpret. Do not force him to play. Those words, coming from Dr. ElAttrache, carry an enormous amount of weight. This is a physician who has treated some of the greatest athletes in the history of professional sports. He understands better than almost anyone alive what the human body is capable of enduring and what happens when elite athletes are pushed beyond the limits of what their bodies can safely handle. When a doctor of his stature and experience issues a warning this direct and this unambiguous, the entire sports world listens. Sources close to the Dodgers organization revealed that Dr. ElAttrache's warning was rooted in a genuine and deeply serious concern about the long-term health of Ohtani's left knee. According to these sources, the new findings revealed by the X-ray examination had shown that the stress and strain that Ohtani's knee had been subjected to over recent weeks had created a situation where pushing him back onto the mound before his body was truly ready could result in consequences that went far beyond a simple short-term injury. The risk, according to Dr. ElAttrache, was not just about the next month or even the next season. The risk was about Ohtani's long-term career and his long-term quality of life. Teammates reacted to the news with a mixture of deep concern and unwavering support. Freddie Freeman, who has consistently been one of the most vocal and emotionally present voices within the Dodgers clubhouse throughout this entire situation, addressed reporters with the kind of honesty and heartfelt emotion that has come to define his public statements about his teammate and friend. Freeman said that hearing the one-month timeline was difficult for everyone on the team. Not because of what it meant for the Dodgers season, but because of what it said about what Ohtani had been quietly enduring. Freeman revealed that those inside the clubhouse who knew Ohtani best had sensed that something was not right in recent weeks. Ohtani, being the person he is, had never complained and had never given any outward indication that he was struggling. But the people who knew him well could sense it, and the X-ray results had now confirmed what some had quietly feared. Mookie Betts also spoke to reporters and emphasized something that he clearly felt was deeply important for the public to understand. He said that Dr. ElAttrache's warning needed to be taken with the utmost seriousness by everyone involved, including the organization, the coaching staff, and most importantly, Ohtani himself. Betts said that as much as everyone wants Ohtani back on the mound, and as much as Ohtani himself undoubtedly wants to be back out there competing, the priority right now has to be his health. Full stop. Nothing else comes close to mattering as much as that. Roberts echoed those sentiments when he returned to address additional questions from reporters. He said that Dr. ElAttrache's warning had been heard clearly and completely by everyone within the Dodgers organization and that it would be respected without question. He said that the Dodgers did not bring Shohei Ohtani to Los Angeles to put his long-term health at risk for the sake of short-term results. They brought him here because they believe in him as a player, as a person, and as someone they have a genuine responsibility to protect and support. Sources close to Ohtani revealed that the Japanese superstar received the news of the one-month sidelining with the same quiet strength and composed determination that has characterized his entire approach to every challenge he has faced throughout his remarkable career. Those who spoke with him in the aftermath of the press conference described a man who was clearly processing difficult information but who had already begun redirecting his energy toward the work of recovery rather than dwelling on the disappointment of the setback. His wife Mamiko, who has remained a constant and deeply important source of strength and support for Ohtani through every challenge they have faced together, was by his side as the news was delivered. Sources say that Ohtani's calm in that moment was in no small part a reflection of the strength he draws from having her beside him during the most difficult moments of his life. The Dodgers organization, Dr. Neal ElAttrache, and millions of fans around the world are united in one single and unwavering hope. That Shohei Ohtani will take the time he needs, that his knee will heal fully and completely, and that when he returns to that pitcher's mound, he will do so as the same extraordinary, breathtaking, once-in-a-generation talent that has made him the most beloved player in the world. The mound will be waiting. And so will everyone who has ever had the privilege of watching him pitch. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting and up-to-date information.